All the other regional promotions are important, but this is, the next step to the big stage. You know what I mean? Like, if anyone's coming out on next Friday night, there's a very good chance that 2 or 3 of the people you see fight on Friday, June 19th, will be in the UFC within 3 to 6 months, because this is the platform. And I'm just grateful that I'm giving our home folks a chance to get on that global stage, but also I'm giving a chance for people here to see these fighters before they grow and graduate to that next level.
Oh yeah, because the LFA, you guys fight all over the world. You have fights in Brazil, I believe.
Crazy thing is we just signed a deal with ESPN South America, which gives us another 200 million crypto homes. And we know what potential means. Not everybody's going to check in, but total, it's like 1 million homes can potentially watch the fight. So it's the big stage, and I'm excited to see what happens on Friday, June 19th. We got some local boys who I'm super excited to see what's going to happen. We got Top Ticket, JP Gansey, which is, kind of a sleeper story. He left Ronda Rousey. We got a lot of all the homies on the turf get the W.
You go. And just so people can get tickets,
You do, but would love caller, 10th caller, 12th, whatever it is. I got a pair. I'm willing to just give up right now if we can figure out a way to let them go.
So, Raashaan, is a text line up and running?
Yes. The text line is up and grooving.
You know what?
Yeah.
First texter to text in, 2 tickets to LFA.
First person, let's go.
June 19th.
Who's up early on Saturday?
Yeah, that's 502-414-1450. Game Day Men's Health text line. Text us. And the first text in that says, I want tickets, you get them.
In addition to that, Haven, if they actually pull up and me and you can figure out a way to get with them, I got 2 T-shirts for them. Depending on sizes, I'll give them 2 LFA, 235 Louisville shirts if we have sizes still available.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I got some for you guys, too. You can let me know what size you need.
All right. I'm looking at the text line. I see some text from earlier in the show, but we need the very next text to come in. 502-414-1450. Oh, look at that. There we go. We got a winner chicken dinner. Texter number ending in 9697. So there we go.
I want to know where they're from. Are they from South End, East End, West End? You know what I mean? Let's represent.
That's right. So texter, give us your name. Give us some contact information, man, so we can give you a call back, so we can shout you out.
Hey, Haven, you also know we're doing a ceremonial weigh-in at Crown Plaza on Thursday at 6:30 to 8. All the fighters are going to face off. And then after the fight, we're having an after party at Crown Plaza, too. Kind of low-key, but, we got DJ. Hopefully everybody come out and have a drink and either celebrate or mourn the loss, whichever one it is. Most of the fighters that are coming in town, actually all the fighters coming in town are staying at Crown Plaza. And I got a suite there, too. So it's going to be a good time at Crown Plaza this weekend because that's our host, next weekend, that's our host hotel.
Okay. So you guys heard it here first. Thursday, says 6:30 at the Crown Plaza Hotel, right there by the airport. You can't miss it. Come on through for the weigh-ins. Get to see the fighters. Get to talk to the fighters. Get to know these guys before they go in and fight on Friday night. Friday night, come to the action. And when the action's over, just head right across the street. Literally right across the street from Freedom Hall. Right there's the Crown Plaza Hotel.
You can walk. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I'm not much of a walker. But you could walk.
You could definitely walk. Or stag your way back to the car if necessary. Call an Uber.
That's right.
But we got you, man. It's going to be an excellent night. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. We have a winner right now that got the 2 tickets. Text us your name and number, where you're from. I'll make sure to get at you sometime this week so we can get you a T-shirt, get you your tickets, get your picture taken with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Eddie.
No, not me. But we can take a picture in the octagon after it's all over if the winner decides to stay long enough. And Haven, we can do that too.
Okay.
And I just want to say, Haven, I really appreciate you and your team supporting, the community, the combat sports community, right? Because it is a community, and we're all in this together. All ships rise with the tides. There's no reason for us to look at each other as ops or enemies because we're all in this game together. And Louisville is, with Ali, 10th anniversary of Ali's death, the greatest fighter of all time came from this city. And we gotta do all we can to support each other to make sure that we stay a consistent part of that puzzle, whether it's mixed martial arts, whether it's boxing, or whether it's wrestling. And I know wrestling's kind of things are changing with that, but we're all in this together, man. And I really appreciate you guys supporting us. And we want to do all we can to support you guys as well with your barbecue event out there at Harley Davidson, and anything else that we can do for you. We're here because, it takes a village, and we're all in this together, man. So I really appreciate you guys looking out for us every year. And, as we grow, I hope we grow together.
Oh, man, all the time, because I plan on making one of those fights in Brazil. Like that is my goal.
Let's go together.
Yes.
I will tell you, I'm scared to travel outside the country because we're not the favorite nation in the world right now, but if you're ready to go, let's book the flights because we got 2 a year, so I'm down with it.
I'm totally down to go to Brazil. I've always wanted to go. That's been one of my dream spots to go to is Brazil. They're taking some Brazilian culture, so we're definitely going to make that happen. Definitely going to make that happen.
Let's do it.
And since you mentioned Bourbon Barbecue Mayhem, just let you know the site just went live yesterday, bourbonbarbecuemayhem.com. So you can go up there right now and grab a T-shirt. You can grab a hat, and more importantly, grab some tickets.
Grab a ticket.
More importantly, grab a ticket. We, the card is shaping up nicely. We got Tim Moulton, who's 12-0-1 local guy. Tim Mayhem Moulton going against Chris Lovejoy, who's 23-1, and all 2 of his victories by knockout. And this is for the ABO Heavyweight Championship. So there will be a belt at stake.
What's the date on that?
The date on that is August the 29th, 2026.
Nice. I'll be in town for that. I'll be back from Cali, so I'm going to pull up.
There we go. It's always good when Eddie.
And guess what? On the boxing side, Juicy's coming out, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to honor Ali. We're going to take a moment of silence for Ali's 10th anniversary of passing. But I'm also going to make sure we get Juicy on the broadcast so we can, spread some love for one of the top boxers coming out of Louisville, Kentucky. It's all perspective, right? Mm-hmm. But I've seen him fight twice, and in my opinion, he's not playing. And all he needs is a good push. So we're going to put him on the global stage and try to get him to talk to the commentators, so we can spread the fact that we got young kids coming out of Louisville that are bringing it.
Juicy is a phenomenal talent. And more than that, he's a phenomenal person. He's humble. I've talked to Juicy like 100 times. The kid is humble. He is just as nice a young man as you could possibly have. Like, everybody would love to have him as a son, a brother, as a cousin, everything else. He's
but not an opponent. Not an opponent.
But not in the ring because, man, he is ferocious. He has power in both hands, and he's a brawler. He's not a boxer, he's a brawler. And he's... Yeah,
you know what? It's funny. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they were comparing, we weren't comparing, but we were discussing Price, Ebenezer, and Juicy. And they said Ebenezer and Price are technical, but Juicy is a fighter.
Oh, he's a brawler, man.
Not saying he's not technical, but I'm saying they were like very clearly drawing the line that he gets in there and gets at it. So I'm curious to see how all 3 of those guys do.
Yeah,
because Price and Ebenezer are both amazing fighters. You know, Ebenezer just got to deal with DMG and Wise Out Boxing out of LA, which are my homies. But yeah, we got super talent here on the boxing side and MMA side.
Oh,
and I'm just trying to do my part to support this community and raise the bar, you know, and continue to follow in the footsteps of those before me. That's all.
Yeah, and those three names we mentioned with Price, Ebenezer, and Juicy, I'm telling you, those three young men are super talented. Those guys will be the next big names to come out of Louisville. Like one of those three, or all three of those three, really.
Hopefully, all three.
Hopefully, all three, because those guys are just phenomenal. I went to Price's first fight, and what he was able to do, his first fight, he fought a guy from Roy Jones' camp that I believe was like 8-1, and was like a true prospect for Roy Jones. And Price Sparrow beat the brakes off of him.
Was this recently?
This was his very first fight. It's like a couple years ago when they fought in they fought downtown Louisville at the Gillespie.
Yeah, I mean that wasn't a couple years ago, like a year ago, right? The Roy Jones event, correct?
Yeah, it was like a year ago.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. He got at that dude. His homies were a little surly, you know. They were very celebrating a little obnoxiously, which is fine, you know. But you know, he's got skills. It's a matter of how, you know. I believe that fighters here have to get outside of here in order to grow. You know what I mean? Because if you stay in the small bucket, you can only go so far. You gotta expand your knowledge base, your fan base, and your experience. So Ebenezer's done that, and I believe Price is on the way to do that too. And hopefully Juicy will find himself in a situation where he can get outside a little and start fighting some people that aren't just regional or local. You know, he can beat down some some people from a national level. You know what I mean? Because he's got it. He's got it for sure.
Oh, he does have it. I'm excited. I'm also excited for LFA coming to Freedom Hall next Friday.
That's right.
I'm telling you, get your tickets. And on Thursday, come meet us at the Crown Plaza. I'm going to be there for the weigh-ins at 6:30 at the Crown Plaza. I need you there too. And I'm going to also need you there at the after party after the big event. Talk to some of the local guys. I know a lot of local promoters going to be there. A lot of local fighters going to be there. So come out, meet and greet people. Meet some of the people at LFA. I'm telling you, they are just phenomenal folks. Some of the nicest, down-to-earth people you could possibly meet work for the LFA. I got a chance to meet the CEO. The man was just cool as the other side of the pillow. We got a chance to interview him.
Drinks on me. Drinks on me.
Oh, there you go. So I'll definitely be there now.
All right, you guys. I appreciate everything. You guys have a great weekend. God is good, and stay blessed.
Thank you, Dr. Donaldson. Thank you.
There we go.
Eddie Donaldson with LFA. Man, I'm going to tell you something about Eddie. Eddie's a humble guy, but this dude has literally done about everything you could possibly do. But, you know, the man's a legend around the country. I mean, he's literally like been heavily involved in the hip hop scene. The man knows like every little superstar LA. Like when he talks about Tracy, because he really does know Ice-T like by his first name basis. Yeah. I mean, the man's phenomenal, and everything he's done for the LFA has been phenomenal. And I'm telling you, the last time we went last year when they came, it was sold out. It was raucous. It was like nonstop action. They treat us like we were just awesome. I'm telling you, you definitely want to come out and come to this event.
Yeah, no, it's gonna like the one thing that the city of Louisville has always done is put on, even though it's always to me, in my personal opinion, always been necessarily kind of under the radar, but always puts on, you know, big time boxing events, and this will be no different. I cannot wait, and definitely appreciate Eddie taking a little time.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know what? It's almost time for us to come on this break. Want to take a little early?
Well, we're gonna go ahead. I'm looking at we got some we got some Phil Steele updates on Louisville football. I want to ask you about before we get out of here. I know we're going to be coming up, so I'm gonna ask you about that. Your thoughts on who some of these preseason All-Americans are. We got a couple other
before that though. We got to talk about the shenanigans of
At
the World Cup.
The World Cup, yeah.
Because it is bonkers. It is. It just boggles my mind. It seems like America should just stay out of World Cup soccer. We should just say no.
Just say, yeah.
We should just say no. Like this is not our bag.
Yeah.
Like hosting World Cup just isn't it. Like let Mexico do it. You know, pass over to maybe like Brazil, Venezuela, Panama, Costa Rica. You know, we should just kind of bow out of World Cup soccer and just be like, you know, this isn't our thing.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's okay, America.
That is fair. But hey, we're going to go ahead. We're going to hit this top of the hour break. When we come back, we got much more shenanigans for about another 30 minutes. This is the Wake Up 502. Raashaan Myers, Haven Harrington, and we'll be back on the Big A. back in. Welcome back in. Last segment of the show. Wake up 502, 96.1 FM, 1450 AM. Big X Sports Radio. Raashaan Myers, Haven Harrington taking care of you this beautiful Saturday morning. Haven Harrington, before we get back, we know we got the caller on the line. I do want to ask you, to please, you were explaining to me what was going on with this World Cup stuff. What is really going on? I heard there's been all kind of turmoil going on.
It's beyond turmoil. So, like, first of all, big ups to United States men's soccer team. They beat Paraguay 4-1 yesterday. So, great way to start the World Cup.
Good job. Absolutely.
Mexico kicked things off by beating South Africa 2-0 in Mexico City. So, big ups. Nice start for the host countries. But to give people like some background, when your country, or in this case, countries, because the World Cup is being hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. When you agree to host the World Cup, it's like it's a party for the world, and it's supposed to be goodwill, good vibes, good times where the world can come together and be as one. Because as we all know, soccer is like the world's number one sport. So it's where everybody around the world gets together. They fly in and have a ton of fun. As we all know, with its immigrant policy. So it's going to be all in policy for the was good to go.
These guys that prompt them to send them back home.
It's you want to think about the issue because first of all these guys been cleared by FIFA, so these are all some of these guys are professional footballers in their respective countries, right? Or in the case of Iraqi photographer, he is one of the he's a photojournalist from one of Iraq's top newspapers, and like these guys aren't professionals and they aren't well known, right? Yeah. So for them to get sent back, it's just crazy, and the president of FIFA is catching all sorts of hell from this because this dude he spearheaded giving Trump the first ever FIFA Peace Award, trying to smooth things over so this will not be an issue, and it's an issue.
Yeah, that's just of course it is,
and it's just a black eye. It's just a black eye for your country when you got people come from all over. Ticket sales have been slow. In New York and other parts, we're going to host other, World Cup games. And because of immigration policies, what's happened is that ticket sales, one of the reasons the ticket sales are slow is because people are afraid to come to the United States. So a lot of people are afraid to get visas to travel internationally to the U.S. because they're afraid, one, they may not get in, they may get stuck over here. They may be detained at the border. Things of that nature. So, attendance is way down, especially from the world.
I mean, is anybody surprised?
No.
Is anybody surprised, with any of this? No, just counting down. I'm just counting down the sand, the grains of sand in the hourglass, Haven Harrington. That's about all I got, brother. But let's go ahead. Let's get back to the Call Your Law Office hotline. We got the man, the myth, the legend on himself, Jay Haas. Good morning. How you doing this morning, brother?
Good morning, Raashaan.
Ray, what's going on?
Man, it's all about the NBA Finals, sir.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So, Jay, what you think, man? You think the Spurs still got a shot?
Anybody got a shot if it's not finalized yet.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. What have you thought about it so far?
Well, New York stuff, man. They have some 30 points, and that's huge.
Yeah. OG Anunoby was balling.
Yeah, it was, man. New York something else, man.
Man, them fans, I don't know if I can get down with them. Them fans been acting a little crazy. I was happy for the Knicks until I saw the way their fans was acting, Jay. I don't know. Like, I thought that, the Philadelphia fans are bad, but the Knicks fans seem like they are even more screwy than the Philly fans.
Yeah, man. Those fans are crazy like Cowboy fans. Yeah. They got the right one, Raashaan. I tell you that much. Them fans do. I was down there. Hey, you can't refuse.
I know you would.
Yes, sir. The unique thing about this was, you got sports across the globe, man, and you got NBA Finals coming up this weekend, and you got college football right corner, you got college basketball, you still got little semi-football as well, too. I mean, how could you not be happy about sports right now?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, there's so much happening, man, that, you got the World Cup going on, you got NBA Finals, NBA Draft is coming up next week. So then you'll have all of that going on, Jay, the NBA Summer League. You got all these Team USA events going on. There's stuff going on all over the place.
I know, man. I'm so excited about the biggest thing that's going on this summer is a big boxing that coming up August 28th and 29th. David Harrington and Lawrence Winburn, man. I'm excited about that.
Bourbon Barbecue Mayhem, man. Check it out. Go to bourbonbarbecuemayhem.com. And, man, all the information is right there for you.
I'll tell you one thing, 6.1, if you have a business, a food truck, either contact me. Jerry has it. Matter of fact, Jay has, JHAZP, 502-8913. We're going to get this thing rolling again.
That sounds good to me.
That's right. Get it rolling, baby. Hey, this year's going to be bigger and better than ever. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited. We talked about a little bit before with Eddie Donaldson, but it's going to be another 2-day event. We got concert Friday night, August 28th. We got 7 pit masters from all over the country are coming in, and what they're going to do something a little bit different this year. So all the pit masters coming in, they're going to make a plate, and the plate's going to consist of 2 samples, and it's going to be their take on Southern barbecue. So 2 completely different dishes. Their take on Southern barbecue. Got 7 pit masters with 2 different dishes. So that's like 14 different samples of exquisite barbecue you can taste. We're going to have some local distilleries and local craft breweries. They're putting together specialty cocktails to go with those dishes. And it's all you can eat. All you can eat and drink, man. So Friday night for one price, $50, we're going to get a concert. There's going to be a live DJ. We got a cigar lounge. And you can try, all 14 multiple times of these beautiful dishes made by 7 pit masters from all over the country. We got guys coming in from Chicago, from Texas, from Kansas City, from Memphis, literally flying people from all over. They're going to be here. Operation Barbecue, they're coming back with their pit masters. So there's going to be so much flavor you can try on that Friday night. Go to the website, get tickets right now. It's $50. And Saturday, we're doing the same thing, right? Except the pit masters are going to 2 more dishes, 2 other new dishes, brand new, 2 more cocktails from all our craft brewers and distilleries. So it's going to be completely different flavor than Friday. We'll have an amateur barbecue competition as well. I'm telling you, it's going to be nice. And then Friday night, starting at 8 o'clock, The mayhem begins. Tim Moulton, 12-0-1. Louisville's own heavyweight is going against Christopher Lovejoy, who's 23-1, and all 20 of his wins are by knockouts. They're fighting for the ABO heavyweight championship of the world. It's going down. We got the number one cruiserweight out of Costa Rica, Sebastian Barracol, is coming back. This is only his second fight in the United States ever. The man's fought all over the world. He's fought in Panama. He's fought in Portugal. He's fought in Costa Rica. He's fought in Brazil. But this is only his second fight ever in the United States. His first fight ever in the U.S. was last year at Bourbon Barbecue Mayhem. So he's coming back. Bryce Blackwell, one of the top prospects out of Houston, Texas, is going to be here. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss this card. The fight's only $50. We got deals and packages on the website. Go to bourbonbarbecuemayhem.com. Everything's up there. Read about it. This is I'm telling you, there's no other event like this in the world, and it's coming to you. Bluegrass Harley Davidson off Old Henry Road, August 28th and 29th. We're taking over. Come on out, enjoy yourself, have some fun. Bourbon Barbecue Mayhem. Be there.
There we go. Look at Haven.
Well, Haven done got two second or solo, didn't he?
He's getting ready, Jay. He's getting ready.
I think you're ready to show Power 2 Sports or Main Event Sports Shows ready show out Labor Day weekend, man, against the Fuller Road to Nashville for the football game against Ole Miss. And you guys are going to be down there broadcasting live in front of thousands and thousands of fans. And a second and Broadway, man, at the Hurricane. You got to be excited about that.
Oh yeah. No, I can't wait. All that's going down the same weekend. So it's gonna be that weekend. That Labor Day weekend is gonna be insane with everything that's happening. But no, I can't wait. Hurricane 10 getting ready for Ole Miss, and we'll see if all these things. I have been thinking, Jay, about that game. Yeah. I've been thinking, a lot of people have been talking about Brendan Sorsby and all this stuff, talking about, getting this injunction to be able to play, getting this judge to be able to allow him to play, even though he was betting on games and has been ruled ineligible by the NCAA. And people forget that Louisville's going to be facing a team that has the same situation happening. And nobody's really talking about it. Trinidad Chambliss, who's the quarterback for Ole Miss, is out of eligibility, but he basically got a judge to give him an authorization to play an extra year of college football because he doesn't feel like his JUCO years should count against his eligibility. So this is going to be Chambliss either his 7th or 8th.
About to say, this man's been in college like forever.
And nobody's really talking about that one. Like, everybody's talking about Brendan Sorsby.
Well, that's because Sorsby broke the golden rule in sports.
Oh, I know.
You can't if you're going to bet on sports, if you're a football player, if you bet on soccer, if you bet on tennis, badminton, baseball, people won't be upset, but they'll be like, and look the other way. You cannot, under any circumstances, bet on your own sport, number one. Number two, you can't bet on your own team while you're on the team. Yeah. That's like cardinal sin rule number one. That's the reason your boy is not in the Hall of Fame right now. I'm going to say Babe Ruth. Pete Rose.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. And I understand the outrage with that. But, to me, I don't think people are mad enough, at least the Louisville people, with the fact that Trinidad Chambliss, I don't even know how many Louisville fans even realize it. Trinidad Chambliss is out of eligibility.
To be honest, though, we just got through playing a Miami team where their tight end had literally been in college since 1974. You know what I'm saying? That tight end was his 7th year.
But it's like all this stuff with these people getting injunctions from these sympathetic judges to be able to play. Like, they've already said that Denzel Aberdeen, the point guard from UK from last year, who just exhausted his eligibility. He transferred back to Florida with no eligibility left, y'all. And now Florida's saying if the NCAA doesn't grant Denzel Aberdeen another year because he doesn't feel like he played enough games his first 2 years of college, that he should be able to play again. And Florida said that they will search out any options to get him eligible, which basically means they'll find a judge down there in Gainesville to give him an injunction to be able to play basketball this year if the NCAA doesn't do what they want him to do. It's getting out of hand, man.
It's becoming pro sports now. Like, guys aren't leaving college because they know they can make more money in college than they can in the league if they make it to the league.
But my question is this, Haven. Like, to be a member institution of the NCAA, you sign on to adhere to the NCAA's ruling, judgments, and eligibility standards. So, like, the whole fact, should these judges even have the power to tell a private institution like the NCAA who can and can't play in their games? That's what I don't understand. You know what I mean?
I'm sick of all those, the judges right here. At the time with Louisville basketball, man, and with the team, that's crazy.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But we'll see what happens. I just thought that was interesting that everybody's making such a big stink about Sorsby. And I'm like, Louisville's literally going to have to play against a quarterback who's out of eligibility, but yet is the starting quarterback for Ole Miss.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And closing remarks for Scott and Haven, man, it was always number one sports show, 502 Sports Show. Can't get nowhere else. Ladies and gentlemen, 1450 on the AM down, FM on the FM down, 96.1. Raashaan, I'll take care of it, bro. I'll talk to y'all.
Hey, appreciate it, Jay. Thanks so much. There we go. Jay has checking in. But, yeah, I mean, but Haven, isn't that crazy? Like, to me, nobody is real. Like, because I just keep hearing this stuff about Sorsby. But I'm like, this isn't the only dude that's having this happen. Like, these players and these schools are finding these sympathetic judges all over the sports, the landscape.
They're finding judges. They're finding loopholes. I mean, like,
it's ridiculous.
I'm like, how many times last year do we have to hear about players that are still in college after 5, 6, 7 years?
Well, the big man for Kentucky, Fred Kepang, or Kepnang, or however they say his name, the big man that transferred from Washington, he's out of eligibility as well. He's played 7 years, and he's having a petition for an 8th year because, he's arguing because of, injuries and everything else that he should have an extra year. He's not even eligible as of yet. And my wonder is if the NCAA rules him ineligible, is Kentucky going to do the same thing and go find a sympathetic judge down there in Fayette County to get to announce that he's going to be eligible? Like, at some point,
the madness has to
I
stop.
don't like the fact that you're utilizing the American justice system to try to play, to fudge sports. So I don't know how the best way to.
I mean, but
you know what I mean? Like,
but it's not just that. Like you have the guys who obviously are out of eligibility, but then you guys got trying to get pro players. They're trying to get, like G League guys that's signed contracts, been paid, played a couple of years for a G League team, and they're trying to get those guys back in college.
Well, I mean, and it depends, right? Like there are certain hard and fast rules that if a guy has earned a paycheck from a professional NBA team, they are ineligible. And that was the situation with the big man from Alabama last year, was that he had literally gotten drafted and had played on a couple of 10-day contracts in the NBA. He's made NBA money. He signed a 2-way deal, so that guy was ineligible. And of course, Alabama went and got the injunction from the judge to be able to allow him to play. Of course, ultimately they did rule him ineligible. And he was not able to play, but it's not discouraged these schools from just going and just doing what they want to do. But I just think that's ridiculous. I think a lot of Louisville fans, because it's the football season is still a little bit ways off, that they don't really realize what's going on with Trinidad Chambliss and Ole Miss,
and to me, this would just be one more reason why Louisville should sue the NCAA, because everybody else is, and get your title back.
Yeah. I mean,
why not? Like, you have nothing to lose.
Ethan Moore, I mean, you would think you should be able to just find a Jefferson County judge to say, you know what, I'm just putting an injunction out there that says Louisville should get their banner put back.
I mean, there's a ton that graduated
record.
from Louisville School of Law, so I'm pretty sure you can find a couple.
Where's Derwin Webb at?
I mean, there's a couple out there that you can definitely have a sympathetic ear to us, getting that injunction or whatever it needs to happen to get our banner
because
back.
When you see so many injustices, and you see the North Carolinas get off, and you see the fact that Penn State has had all their records restored, you see that
Michigan kept their title.
Michigan kept their title after blatantly
cheating,
literally cheating,
getting caught several times cheating.
There's just been so much hypocrisy with it that the fact that they're still trying to hold the line and say, well, all those guys, they're okay, but Louisville is the one that
you know what, get your title back.
It's ridiculous.
Just drive up there to Indianapolis. It's only an hour and a half away, and just bogart the building and Debo your title back.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Hey, so before we get out of here, I know we only got about 5 minutes left in the show because we are, as we were saying earlier, being preempted around 10:40. You have Indiana high school baseball upcoming, so we're going to try to get out of here around 10:30 or so, just to give those guys plenty of time to just lead up and get out today. Phil Steele did announce preseason All-American teams as well as preseason All-Conference teams, and the University of Louisville did have a couple of guys that were named preseason All-Americans, as well as several guys that were named All-ACC team. So you did have, of course, Haven Harrington. I guess you can guess which one of their preseason All-Americans were. I know you know who both of them are.
Clev Lubin.
False.
What?
No. For All-American, no.
Really?
No. So you had Trey Richardson was named second team All-American kick returner. Trey Richardson, of course, the transfer coming over from from Vanderbilt, one of the best return men specialists as well as wide receivers in NCAA last year at Vandy. Trey Richardson was the second team All-American kick returner. And then, of course, Isaac Brown, running back, third team All-American.
I'm third.
Yeah, he got named third team All-American. Some say he's the best, running back coming back returning in football. But of course, he plays for Louisville. So,
well, you know what? I don't think it's because he plays for Louisville. I think because he's just been hurt.
I fully believe, regardless of whether he would have been hurt last night, if Isaac Brown would have transferred to Texas, he would have been a first team All-American. That's just my personal opinion, But I digress. But in terms of preseason All-American first team, and actually not All-American, All-ACC teams, you did have Isaac Brown, of course, was first team All-ACC, along with Clev Lubin, which you just talked about, Trey Richardson as well as a kick returner. Tayon Holloway was a first team All-ACC at cornerback. Cohen Ettringer, which I thought was an excellent pickup from Iowa. One of the most underrated pickups this offseason. Ettringer is the safety for the first team All-ACC team. And then you also had Lance Robinson on the offensive line checking in as first team.
It must be so hard to pick like All-ACC teams and
with the transfers.
With the transfers. It has to be just like insane because you never see like the same guys twice.
Yeah.
Or very seldom see the same guys twice on the same team. So having to figure out who's going to be, your first team anything is hard when it's like whole new players every year.
Yeah.
And you're based on what they did at a previous school.
Well, and that's why, when you have guys like Isaac Brown that have come back, and even Tayon Holloway, even though he's got in trouble, this is going to be his third year at Louisville. Having that consistency and guys that have been there before. And speaking of which, two guys are on the second team All-ACC squad. Both Stanquan Clark and Antonio Watts, both linebackers for Louisville, made second team All-American.
I'm kind of surprised Keywan didn't make like third team or second team running back.
No, that's fair. And I think about that linebacker car. No longer. I mean, not only do you have Stanquan Clark and Antonio Watts, TJ Capers, which was not named to any of these All-ACC teams. You have him. You have three guys at that second level at the linebacker group that have all been playing big snaps for the last 3 seasons. You would think that the linebacker core is going to be a huge part of what Louisville does this year. Trey Richardson was also named an All-ACC third team wide receiver, and D'Amico Kennedy on the defensive line was named a 4th-team All ACC guy. So, I was actually surprised that Tyler Thompson, the transfer defensive end from North Carolina, he got no love on any of the All ACC teams. Which he was, I believe, had the second most sacks in the ACC last year, returning behind Cleve Lubin, and he didn't get any love on any of the Phil Steele all ACC.
Crazy.
So that's kind of crazy. It was interesting. But the crazier than this, it was also named. Phil Steele put out his preseason top 40. And can you guess where Louisville football came in his preseason top 40?
18.
36.
Really? 36.
36. So that's kind of crazy as well. So, Phil Steele is not, after the issues that Jeff Brom has had the last couple of years, Phil Steele does his models based on historical data, as well as, what you've done over the last couple of years. And
it makes sense then. It makes sense because you continually lose to the worst team in the league every year.
Yeah, the metrics say that, Louisville is about 36, and I can't argue with it. Like, with the money that Louisville spent this offseason, they kicked up their NIL. They've made a lot of changes. You still have an unknown commodity at quarterback, and I can't argue with it. I think Louisville should be better than that. But Phil Steele, to me, Haven Harrington is going into this offseason the same way that I am.
Prove it.
Arms folded, prove what you can do. And I'm right there with him, and I can't argue with it. But Haven Harrington, let's go ahead. You got the Louisville Kings upcoming. We're going to go ahead, make a pick, and then we're going to go ahead and get out of here so Indiana high school baseball can get rolling. What are you thinking? 3:30 ABC.
Kings, 31-21. Boom.
31-21. They're going to knock off the DC Defenders in DC.
Yes, sir.
It was announced a sellout crowd for UFL Bowl, whatever this one is. I don't know how many years they've been doing this, but for the UFL Bowl, it is a sellout there in DC. So, the organizers have to love that. Louisville made some huge strides this year. They want to become a first-time expansion team champion in the same year in the history of this. I don't know how many expansion teams have ever won in their first year in any of the professional sports.
You know what? Give me Lou City for the win.
Lou City did this as well. They won in their first year as an expansion team?
Yes, they did.
Really? Wow. So look at the city of Louisville trying to get it done. But,
well, you know what? Either they won it or they went to the championship game. But I know either way, one of those two, like their expansion years.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, Haven Harrington, thank you so much. Eddie Donaldson, LFA, appreciate him checking in as well. We'll see what happens with Louisville. We'll see if we're still talking about the Spurs. I guess it'll be over with by the time we get back on here, or either Game 7 would be next Saturday night. So we'll see if the Spurs can force a game 7 for it all. Haven Harrington, thanks so much. This is Raashaan Myers. This has been Wake Up 502, 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio, and we're out.